Hello, Pisces. This is Jesse with 44 Astro, and this is a new intention, new moon reading for the new moon in Cancer, July 17th, 2023. This new moon is in Cancer while the sun is in Cancer, and it is on a Monday, which is the day ruled by the moon, Moon's Day, Monday. So this is a powerful time to set your intentions. If there's anything you're trying to manifest in this world, now's the time to do it. The moon in the tarot is ruled by Pisces, so you should definitely be connected to this energy. I'm going to do my normal Thoth tarot spread. I'm going to clarify with the Thoth deck, but I'm going to draw a Moonology card because this is a moon reading. Oop, there it is. That's the card right there. Boom. Ooh, surrender to the divine. That shouldn't be hard for a Pisces. The sun and the moon being in Cancer would suggest that secrets are going to be revealed. There will be secrets coming to light, and that's going to probably create new beginnings. Don't know how that manifests. I can think of many ways, but this is the card you got for your moon, your intention. Surrender to the divine, full moon. Your first person that got that. Surrender to the divine. I mean, Pisces is all about not really being able to feel boundaries and feeling like connected kind of to everything and feeling expansive. So it's hard for them to find boundaries. So surrendering to the divine is probably pretty easy for Pisces because they're kind of connected to everything. A little piece of every sign in Pisces. We wanted to stop, so we stopped. So let's kind of see what that is. I mean, you get the star in the current question. So, I mean, it would suggest some kind of divine influence. Might have some kind of messages or downloads coming in. I mean, it's a new moon card, or a full moon card, even though we're at the new moon. But the full moon is when things end. New moon's when things begin. This is the bottom deck card, the High Priestess. I really don't put much energy into the bottom card because if it needed to be in the spread, it would be in the spread. That's just me, though. But I show it anyway because some people like to see it. Your current situation, or the current question, has the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star. So this could be about something of value. The question could be about, can I create something of value, which is your wish? Or it could be something like you're about to create something of great value, and it is divinely guided. Or it's something that you wish for, and you have everything you need, or it will at the very least be given to you. And the question seems to be about that, right? Like if you're trying to create something that's very valuable that you really care about, whether that be love, whether that be money, the job, it's saying surrender to the divine, right? It's saying surrender to the divine. There it is, right there, surrender. And the energy's right there for you to do it. So if you're trying to create something great, it looks like you need to set your intentions for that. The current path you're on is 3 major arcana, so you need to stay on this path if you ask me, but we will look at the other path. We got the Hierophant, the World, and Temperance. So you got the Alchemy card, you got the God card, or the religion or big business or even social media card with balance. So it could be that you're trying to reach the world through social media, through some big company, something like that. Maybe trying to be a creator, maybe Instagram, maybe YouTube, anything like that. And it looks like you're trying to balance all that out in your world, or create it with the Alchemy card in the world. And it looks like that, and it could be, the ending of a cycle with like a big business or like a religion or something like that. And you're trying to figure out how to balance that out. But this, whatever it is huge energy. And we're going to get clarifiers on it. It's huge energy. And it's divinely guided, like no doubt about it. I mean, you have the Hierophant, which is the man who speaks to God, right? It's the one that regular people go to talk to God. And you got the World, which is like having it all, and in completion in and of itself. And it's got all 4 signs, the fixed signs of the zodiac. And you got a giant angel right here that's balancing everything out. It's got his foot in the water, air all around him, fire in the background, earth all around him. Like he's got it all. Like it's alchemy. So that's huge energy, and we're definitely going to clarify on that. Some kind of big guidance. Like it seems unavoidable even. This is the other path you can choose, and I would avoid this at all costs. This is literally, I mean, it's ending of a cycle, right? But it's like juggling money and like not seeing what's in front of you. So I would suggest spending a lot of time in like meditation, and like even in those moments where like you're kind of half asleep before you're awake, like either right before you fall asleep or in the early morning, just kind of trying to stay in that, and just kind of like see what floats around, like what you see and what you think and what you feel. Meditation, breathing exercises, those types of things. Pay attention to your dreams. Don't really see the moon card here too much, but I would still pay attention to my dreams and even just symbols around you in your daily life, whether it's number patterns like feathers, like it could be anything. Just a specific name on the radio or something, you're thinking about something and they say something about it on the radio. Any of those types of things, pay attention because it's pointing to something. And you got to surrender to whatever it is. And if you can surrender to what it is, you just have to, whatever it is. And we're going to try to clarify whatever it is. This is your advice, which is the Tower, the Eight of Rods, and the Nine of Rods. So the Eight of Rods is flying toward the Nine of Rods, which is like, it looks like hard work. Something is going to happen suddenly. It's going to lead to hard work. Or it's saying that you need to, or you may even be getting a message about something that's going to lead you to hard work. Like a message about something happening. It could be something catastrophic. And it's going to lead you to have to go to work. And you're going to have to put in some hard work. And the advice is go work, right? It could just be something sudden. It's like sudden, quick message, right? It's about something that you've worked very hard on or someone else has worked very hard on. Or whatever these divine messages are. Like it says surrender to the divine. You got all these cards that suggest it. And you've got this as a message card. And this is like, bam, being struck in the head by the message from like the divine. Like, and it's going to make you have to work your butt off. It's going to be exhausting, but it's going to be worth it, whatever it is, because what it leads to is, it's got the Ten of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. But the Eight of Swords don't really mean much to me when I see the King of Swords, because the King of Swords clearly sees what he wants, right? He's clear. He's got the sword of truth. You got the Ten of Pentacles with the King of Swords, and then the King of Swords is in between, the Ten of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So it's like there is going to be clarity in this situation that you have. It's like there's some kind of ambiguity or some kind of like confusion around this, which is what you're trying to create, this happy home card. And it's not even that you're trying to create it, even though you think you probably are. But if you are, well, I think you are trying to create it. And I think most people try to create that. But if you want to create it and to do it successfully, you have to surrender to the divine. And when I say surrender, right, so I mentioned this, I think, during the Taurus reading, maybe. So everybody talks about the law of attraction and trying to create what you want in life. So in quantum physics, you have the wave function, right? And there's an argument whether existence in and of itself is particles or waves. So because of this wave function, like when nothing is observing existence in itself, like if a computer is the only thing like monitoring it, there's no conscious observer, it's a wave. And it's also a wave when you sleep, alpha waves, theta waves, delta waves, when you're sleeping. And this is kind of the flow, right? And this is actually creation, the flow. But when there's a conscious observer, like when a person looks at that wave function or puts an intention or attention toward it, it collapses and becomes particles, right? And that's called the collapse of the wave function. And some people believe that the particles are existence, and some people believe that wave is existence, and that somehow we're altering it. And to an extent, we are altering it with our consciousness, but that's not what's altering the reality, right? That's just kind of forcefully, like the action of like things playing out, right? That's not the programming of it. The wave is the programming of it. So when we surrender, or like we're like say in a sleep state or a heavy meditation state, we're in like delta or theta waves. We're in a wave state. And if we've programmed ourselves, like the unconscious works with the conscious to kind of program who you are, what you think, what you feel, all these things. So the way you think during your day, what you see, like all the influences, all these things, you have to take very good care of it. Like you don't want to see terrible things if you don't have to. You don't want to hear terrible things if you don't have to. That's kind of who you surround yourself in, situations you put yourself with. You don't want to eat terrible if you don't have to. And that will influence your dreams and like your meditative states and things like that. And your thought process in general you'll see that kind of stuff in your dreams. But at the same time, your dreams also co-create with your conscious self. Like it'll influence it as well. And so they work together. And eventually, once you like consciously think and feel it, try to feel a certain way, once you're in that unconscious state, in those wave states, whether it's through meditation or sleep or whatever, you'll start having like better dreams. You'll start seeing the things that you want, the things that you think about, you'll see in your dreams, right? You think about them enough, and that's when you can actually alter that wave state, right? Because they're saying surrender to the divine. That's the wave state, not the particle state, right? Consciousness is just kind of disturbing it, or kind of like things hitting together, you know what I mean? Or like moving and interacting with each other, but not really programming. It's more of like a disturbing, like action-reaction thing, as to where the actual wave function, when things flowing its own way, when you're in that state, that's like the way you can influence it subtly, because you're in a wave state too. And then your influences kind of subtly flow into it. And then that can alter reality in a way. So if you can surrender yourself like that, right? And don't try to control it so much consciously, just kind of let it flow, right? It's like when you stop looking for something, you find it, kind of thing. When you stop thinking about something, stop thinking about trying to find the answer, it pops in your head. Like, oh, I know that person's name, and you just don't, and you're like, oh, I can't remember. And then later in the day, you're just walking around doing nothing. And you're like, oh, there's his name. You know what I'm saying? So it's that. It's like surrendering yourself to the wave state of it. So it's surrendering the situation or whatever it is to that wave state. So you don't consciously keep it in your mind and constantly like bombard it with thoughts. Like you want to flow with it. You want to put the intention there, and you want to program yourself to get it what you want, to where you think about it in the right way, to where you dream about it in the right way. Then you just kind of want to let it go and flow. And it will. Subtly. And I think that's kind of what it's saying here. And, you know, if you can do that, you can get out of your mind and stop trying to control it. You won't do this. You'll have this blocking that from that what you want, which is that happy home and all that money and the family and all that good stuff. Anyway, I went off on a tangent there. I do apologize. But let me clarify real quick. I gotta see what this is up here with these three major arcana. This is some big stuff. What is this for Pisces? What is this big influence? Oh, right there. Huh? Ooh, big gain, passion, communication. So it's looking like this has to do with money, but it also has to do with your passion, and it also has to do with like the way you communicate. So you like, if you can figure, it's like the guidance. If you can flow in the right way, you'll receive the downloads, right, and then you'll be able to communicate it, and you'll do it in a passionate way, but it'll also be in a way that is like, you know, because of the Prince of Swords, it'll be logical and easy to understand. And that's going to lead you to great gain, which is really nice. And it screams like it's communication. Like you're going to get communication that you need to communicate. And that can manifest in many ways. It can be that like you're starting what's the word I'm looking for? Like a ministry. Or you're starting like or a cult. Or whatever it is, right? Or like even just influence. You being an influencer on social media. Something like that. Just let it flow through you what those things are. And like it's definitely going to bring you gain. It's going to help. It probably help people in the process. I'll see what this... Yeah, I think I want to see what this is over here, this other path with the Ten of Swords and like what you're not seeing. I mean, the divinely guided path. If you just surrender to it and you flow like I'm trying to tell you, you'd be surprised how clear it gets. It's insane. We've all experienced it to some extent in our life. I know I have. Just surrendering to the flow. It's not as easy as it sounds, right? Because we like to control everything, right? Ooh, there it is. Yeah, you don't want that. I don't think you want this. Well, this path has strife in it, but it also has balance in the Chariot. So there's some kind of like, so it's got the Ten of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and then the Four of Cups. You're not seeing, the end of a cycle has got you like juggling money, and you're not seeing the opportunity. And this was what was on top of it, right? Strife, which would be squabbling. In this deck, it's the Lord of Strife, so it's really just kind of like not good situation. And but it has a balance to it, or you can find balance, or will there have to be an adjustment? In this, it's adjustment. It's not really balance. So the cards around are going to kind of determine, and it's called adjustment. So it's like you got to make adjustments to find the balance. And this is just, of course, the Chariot, which could be a vehicle. It could be, but it could also be moving forward in some way, traveling. So yeah, it could be that if you take this path, this getting stabbed in the back, or not getting out of your head, or like, you know, this ending, and not following your spiritual path or your divine guidance, you're going to have to kind of make some kind of adjustment within this strife, right? And there's going to have to be movement there. You may have to move your house. You may have to get a new car. You have to move in some way. And it may not be the best for you. It doesn't feel like the best path for you, to be fair. It feels like the path that you're on is good. Just surrender. Keep in meditation. Dreams. Flow as much as you can. I want to see the Tower, and then I'm gonna let it be right there. What's this Tower over here in advice? Right there. Ooh, Hangman, Futility, and the Lovers. Okay, so it could be you have some kind of idea about a relationship, maybe stuck in a relationship. You could be stuck with a loved one specifically. You got the Hangman. The Hangman in this deck isn't so much a new perspective. He has nails in his feet. He has a serpent wrap around his foot. This actually more is being like kind of stuck in this deck with the Thoth deck. And then you got the Seven of Swords, which is futility, and then you got the Lovers. So it feels like there's going to be a sudden communication or an ending about a relationship. It feels like an ending of a relationship, or like you're stuck in a relationship that you're not happy with, or something like that. And that's kind of the big change. And maybe if you just surrender to the flow, I think what needs to happen will happen naturally. It could be with a loved one if you're not with someone. It could just be your ideas about love need to change drastically. And that it screams that, having a new perspective. You can say new perspective, but this really looks like being stuck, on an unhealthy frame of mind about love, or an unhealthy relationship, an idea around it. And it looks like a sudden change is coming with some sort of communication, and it's going to be exhausting. But in the end, it's all gonna wash out anyway. As long as you surrender to the divine and let it be what it is, and flow with it, it's going to come out exactly how it's supposed to be, and you're going to end up right where you need to be, and in the right way. And I think it's going to be all good. It looks all good, especially with the star there, 10 of Pentacles. I think it's all good, and it's big divine guidance. So like it's guided either way. Even if it feels like a rough situation, which I don't necessarily think it will be. It could just be internal. It's a big transformation. It's going to be for the best. All right, Pisces, that's all I have. I didn't get many Pisces viewers last go around, but again, I've only uploaded one video. I hope that helped in some way. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment if you're willing. I hope to see more Pisces viewers and hope to make more videos so that get more subscribers so that I can improve the channel. Either way, if you get to see this video, thank you for being here, and I wish you the best.